In patch 13.15, Riot is changing the shifting sands region to grant everyone the Pandora's Bench augment for free. So I guess now is the perfect time to go over this augment in detail. The way Pandora's Bench works is that it marks your 3 most Riot bench spaces. At the start of each round, units that are placed on these spaces will transform into a different unit of the same tier. In older sets, the spaces would roll from left to right. The left space would roll first, then the middle one, and then the right one. This used to be relevant because you would move your units around to maximize the chances of finding an upgrade. In set 9, as far as I can tell, this mechanic does not work anymore. In this example, I have 1 Senna 2-star on the board and 1 Senna 2-star in the Pandora's Bench. Next to the Senna on the bench, we have a Cassandra 2-star. After the round is over, the units on the bench roll into Senna and Ari. If the game would still check from left to right, then Senna should have been upgraded to 3-star, but this is not the case. Based on this outcome, we can assume that Pandora's Bench in set 9 rolls all 3 spaces at the same time. This means your main strategy for this augment will be to collect and protect your pairs on your bench. You roll individual units, hope for one of your pairs to upgrade to 2-star, and then proceed to roll the 2-stars in the following round. Next, we have to talk about the champion pool. Does Pandora's Bench respect the champion pool? The answer is yes, with one exception. As of patch 13.15, there is one bug involving Rise. It is possible for Rise to roll into a different tier 5 unit, but it is not possible for any tier 5 unit to roll into Rise. I checked this by buying out every tier 5 unit except for Rise, and Pandora would refuse to roll any unit into him. Outside of Rise, the champion pool is being respected. This can be proven quite easily by creating a setup with 3-star legendaries. In this setup, I know exactly what the next roll will be. The only unit that has enough copies in the pool is Heimerdinger, and this is exactly who Belvev will roll into. If there are no more viable options, then Pandora's Bench will simply not transform any of your units. This didn't always work like this. In set 7, when you rolled a 3-star unit, then it only took a single copy of that unit out of the pool. The other 8 copies would be created out of thin air. This could cause some weird games where another player would easily find a Talon 3-star while you were running around with a Talon 3-star as well. It also caused other issues like the ghost army of the Pandora's player only showing a Talon 1-star instead of a Talon 3-star. But this is more of a history lesson. This interaction was changed and it will now pull the exact number of units out of the pool. The most important mechanic for you as a player to learn about is the quick swap in the planning phase. The way it works is that the game does not transform your units at the start of the round, but after a small delay. You can abuse this in a few different ways. For example, if you want to roll for a specific legendary unit, then you can take any random tier 5 unit out of the carousel and move it into the Pandora's Bench at the start of the round. It is surprisingly easy to pull this off once you get the hang of it. The timing is not that strict. Another strategy you can use is to field an upgraded unit for one round and then move it on your bench at the start of the next round. This way you can field a strong unit every single round without wasting all of your gold on the bench and still roll for the unit that you're looking for in the following round. It's also possible to buy upgrades in the shop before the roll happens. If you're very fast, then you can even buy a unit in a shop and move the upgraded unit to roll into something else. This can potentially get you the desired outcome faster, so you should always pay attention to your shops at the start when trying to min-max this mechanic. You might ask yourself if using the quick swap can get you into trouble. All I can say is that this interaction was reported to Riot pretty much when Pandora's Bench got introduced as an augment, and it still did not get changed to this day. I think it's only fair to call it a feature at this point. If you think this video was useful, why not subscribe and support this channel for more TFT content in the future. I hope you learned something and see you next time.